Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at seat comfort on the 1300GS. Right, so my 1300GS has been great. I love the bike, does everything I want it to. It's a brilliant machine. The only issue I've had with this bike is the seat comfort. So after maybe an hour of riding, an hour and a quarter, I get a burning pain at the base of my spine, my coccyx bone or tailbone as we know it. I just can't take any more. I've got to stop. I've got to get off the bike, relieve the pressure and walk around. So I've had a look at what I think it is. Now, the seat itself, it feels really good quality. The foam is good. It's quite firm, which I like a firm seat. But what I did find was when I measured the angle at the top of the seat, it was nearly flat. It was nearly 0 degrees. And it felt like I was being pushed backwards on the seat, like I was rolling my hips backwards and putting pressure on the base of my spine. So I believed I needed to lose some angle at the front edge of the seat. So I've modified the seat, and as you can see, the gap down the side is larger than normal. So I have managed to effect that without damaging anything. It's a fully reversible modification. It'll cost you about a tenner, right? So you can see with the lip on there, it's lower than normal. That is normally up to the top of the tank. So I've actually gained somewhere in the region of 7 to 8 degrees of slope forward on the seat. Now I'm hoping that that's going to cure my problem, because to be perfectly honest, it is a proper pain in the arse. It is not nice. So I'm hoping this has affected it. I've tried numerous things. I've tried an air cover that were recommended to me, did nothing. I've tried a inflatable cushion thing that you put on the seat. Don't feel like you're connected to the bike. Rubbish. Didn't really cure the problem. I've also tried cycling shorts. That actually makes it worse, believe it or not. So I phoned a guy local to me, Tony Archer. He's been doing my seats for a number of years. Asked him about possibly putting a gel insert in this seat. Can't do that, Neil. Why is that, Tony? Well, BMW in the wisdom have decided to mould the heating element into the foam. So you can't cut into it. You can't modify the foam without destroying the heating element. And I don't want to bill for another seat. So I've got to look at alternatives. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take you through the steps I took and show you what I've done to lower the front edge of this seat. One other thing I did do, which with hindsight, I should have thought about it. The foot pegs fitted on my bike are the HP type foot pegs, so they are adjustable. Now what I've done is I've lowered the foot pegs by about 10 millimeters, which has brought my knees down and will help rotate my hips forward. Excuse me. So I hope that will make a difference as well. I may put them back at a later date just to see if that was the turning point or not. We'll try it first. We'll try it anyway. But I always jump into things, and I've done two things at once, and I know you should only do one thing at a time. So, but I just need to get this problem sorted. So when it's done and we've done the mod, I'm going to put the camera on the bike. I'll put the Insta360 on the bike, and I'll take you around some local back roads and lanes around where I live, some lovely scenery, and we'll go out for an hour and a half, and we'll test it out and see what the comfort's like. We'll probably, on that ride, we'll end up at Squire's Coffee Bar. Now, A lot of you northern lads will be familiar with Squires, but that's our local bike meeting place. It's been going now for possibly near on 100 years. It did move some years ago from a little village to the outskirts of the village, but super place, great place to stop if you're ever up this way. So thanks again for joining me. We'll move on now. We'll go and look at the video and see how I modified the seat. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoy it. The first thing I did was to remove these two rubbers that go on the front of the seat. Now, the reason for that is when I remove these rubbers, I can then try the seat in its place where it fits to see if there's any range of movement available, to see if we can actually get some adjustment on the seat. These rubbers simply pull off very easily, not much pressure required, like that. And then the other one, you might just have to hold the bar slightly to feed it off, but there you go. So that's the rubbers, the genuine original BMW rubbers removed. Right, next step. Refit the seat to the bike without the rubbers attached to see if there is any scope for adjustment. Now, when the bike is in standard settings with the standard seat rubbers on it, that's where it sits. And as you can see there, there's about a 5mm gap. So if we let that drop now, you can see we can actually get about 10mm of movement extra, which is dropping the angle of the front of this seat down from what is measured to be about 0 to 1 degrees to about 8 degrees of angle. So we're actually getting less weight bearing backwards on the seat. This will actually move your body forwards. Hope that makes sense. Now, fortunately, I do have the HP pegs fitted on my bike. These were removed from my 1250 and brought over to the 1300. They're the only part of the HP kit from the 1250 that actually fits, believe it or not. Now, what I have done as well is I've lowered my foot pegs. I've lowered them by 10mm. And that 10mm, believe it or not, has dropped my knee angle from this height here by about 25mm. Again, bringing things forward, bringing your weight forward rather than sitting back. So that is another modification I have made. Now, I'm not saying this is, this is probably going to be the recipe to Coca-Cola and it's going to fix everything, but you've got to try and you've got to start somewhere. So unfortunately, if you haven't got the HP foot pegs or adjustable pegs, you won't be able to lower them. But this modification with the seat, I'm going to show you the rubbers next, are available on Amazon. I'll put a link to them in the description. They're £10 a pair and they come next day. So it's a quick and easy modification to try and get a bit more comfort when you're riding your bike. So here you go, guys. These standard GS rubbers with a central hole, and these are the lowering kit rubbers. And as you can see, the hole is concentric, so it allows an element of adjustment. Now, these were originally designed for the 1250 to get a little bit of extra adjustment out of the 1250. Now, they're listed on Amazon for a 1250. I have had comments from people on a 1300GS Facebook group that these don't fit. I can assure you they do fit, and I can assure you you can get some level of adjustment. So I'll link those in the description, and they're on next day delivery. They're about a tenner, guys, about 10 quid, about £10 UK pounds. So yeah, there you go, there's the rubbers. So we'll fit these to the seat now, and I'll show you how you put the seat back on and the result that we get from it. So there's the seat with the rubbers fitted. So yes, they do fit. They definitely fit in the place where they should. So now proceed to fit the seat to the bike. So take your seat, there's your channel where your rubbers go, feed it into the channel, push it up so it's nice and snug. Now if you look under here, you'll see there's two rubbers. Now they don't quite sit where they should do, so all you have to do is pull the seat over slightly on that side, then go to the other side and pull that over, and she sits down absolutely perfect. So that is now fitted with the concentric rubbers, and as you can see, that gap has widened, lowering the front edge of the seat. So hopefully that will help the angle where you're sitting and keep your weight forward. Hope that makes sense, and I hope that proves to the doubters about these rubbers they do fit on the 1300. Hello guys, so we'll go out today and we'll test these modifications that have been made to the seat on the 1300GS. I'm about 2 miles away from home, and instantly I can tell that my weight is further forward on the bike. It feels a lot more comfortable. It definitely feels like I'm in the bike now rather than perched on top of it. So yeah, first impressions very good. So let's see how we go. We'll have a ride out for an hour and see if the pain in the arse returns. We've got the Insta360 today mounted on the old carbon fibre pogo stick, looking over the top of the screen, so that should give us a better perspective. I'm always open to trying new things. Don't really get in your way. I can see all the clocks okay. Just like having a mirror in the middle, really. But yeah, let's give it a try and see how it goes. So just to mention, guys, as well, this modification I've done to the seat, this is without the cycling undershorts or cycling underpants on. So no padded shorts. This is just regular boxers and me PMJ riding jeans. So yeah, let's see how we go. But so far things are looking good. So currently we're about 25 minutes in, guys, and yeah, things are looking good so far. I think there's definitely an improvement, without a doubt. 19 at the moment towards York. I'm going to cut across through, probably go down to York and come through Naburn and Stillingfleet, Cawood, Ryther, and then cut over the back towards Sherburn past a stately home called Lotherton Hall. It's a nice run. I ain't got a lot of time today, so I just needed to get out. So, you know, importance on getting out and checking my mod on the seat, but also getting out just to be out in this glorious weather. So yeah, and as usual, A19's full of bell ends. Nobody wants to let bikes past, but there you go. This is the A19 bypass road, it's called. So the A19 used to go through all the villages, through Rickhall, Kelfield, all the different areas. And when they built this road in the 80s, it took about, well, between Selby and York, it took a good 5 or 6 mile off the journey. And also made it a lot easier to get there because you didn't have to be start and stop through all the villages. So, but yeah, all the villages still remain. The villages are sort of either side of the A19 now. So where it used to wind through, now it doesn't. So we're just approaching York now, guys. this village or this area is called Crocky Hill, A19 still. I'm not recording all the A19, it's very, very boring. But when we turn off through Naburn and up through Stillingfleet, they're lovely roads up there. Providing there's no plod out, of course. So keep looking on your right hand side down here. There's another popular biker haunt down here. Strawberry Fields Cafe. Don't know how busy it'll be today, but there might be a few bikes out there today. There you go, few there, Strawberry Fields. Can't say I've personally ever been there, but anyway, I do know that quite a few guys do go there. So just looking at the clock now, about 40 minutes in, and yeah, Arse feels all right at the moment. It's not burning. It's obviously, listen, it's never going to be as comfortable as sitting in your armchair out on your bike. Sometimes you just have to move about a bit, don't you? But yeah, there's nothing happening at the moment that's sort of shouting out at me saying, you know, your ass is on fire or something like that. So yeah, use this van as a shield. This is the A64 where it intersects the A19. We're just going to go a little bit further down here, heading towards York. Good to see the old blind spot protection working in the mirrors there. So we'll take a left here, guys. As you can see on the sign, Sherburn in Helmet. That's where we're heading. Well, we're heading to Newthorpe, but Sherburn in Helmet just past there. We go over the A64 down there now, and this area is called Naburn. Now that's the MacArthur Glen outlet there on the left hand side. If you're ever coming to York, good for your designer clothing bargains there. And if you're ever using this road, guys, and you can smell something a bit funky around this area, got shipworks there on your right hand side. And some days when the wind's in the wrong direction, yeah, you know about it, believe. As we go into Naburn village, this used to be a 60 right up to here. I don't think his beard were big enough on that Harley. This is York Marina on your right hand side there. Nice place. Obviously quite a lot of money in there when there's you see some of them boats in there, worth more than average people's houses. So we're now exiting Naburn village. It's been a good 50 minutes in now, and yeah, I definitely think this has made a difference, guys. Listen, like I've said previously, I know I'm on the bike, and there's the usual feeling of pressure you get when you sat on the bike, but I can assure you at this point, nice to see cows out in the field enjoying sun. Oh, what a beautiful day. I know I keep saying it, but when we've got it in the UK, we've certainly got it. I suppose that's the problem, isn't it, with our weather system in the UK? It's either pissing it down or nice. There doesn't seem to be any in between. So, yeah, kudos to those guys that live in warm climates like Spain and Italy. So here we're dropping down now into Stillingfleet village. Stillingfleet, it's an old village. The Selby mine complex was built at Stillingfleet. It's about 2 miles up the road to the left there.
because none of the Selby mines are left now. In fact, I don't think there's any mines left in the UK, is there? So they've all decided that it's cleaner to burn foreign coal, import it from China, import it from wherever they import. They used to import it from Russia, obviously, but since Mr. Putin got a bit naughty, I don't think that's happening anymore. But yeah, importing it in on big oil guzzling ships. I don't know. They're still burning it. So anyway, we're going to get a right here. Yeah, don't get me going on this carbon footprint thing, guys. Well, I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. As an engineer, I try to think logically, and there just isn't any logic in it at all, none whatsoever. It's like electric cars. They can't even recover the carbon footprint in the lifetime that they're operating now. It's you know, cobalt mined by children, lithium destroying landscapes and watercourses. I don't know. It's there's an agenda, guys, isn't there? Definitely an agenda, and it's not to make us any wealthier. It's not to benefit the public. That agenda is just to put more money into big business and government pockets. That's all it is. Yeah, we've got a nice Volkswagen Passat in front of us here that's just spoilt these lovely corners. But what can you do, eh? Sometimes you just have to wait, don't you? But if I can get a glimpse up to this next one, I'm afraid I'm going to have him. Yeah, I'm going. Bye-bye. Like I say, I don't want to break any records, but I want to keep moving. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. If I want to ride two wheels at 15 mile an hour, I'll buy a bloody bicycle. I'll tell you something else as well. I'm really glad to have this this Rucker mesh jacket, force air jacket, and force air gloves as well. Wow, they don't half keep you cool in this weather. Absolutely brilliant. I've got my Alpine Stars Tech Air 5 airbag underneath here, and it's still just like riding with a t-shirt on when you get going, guys. It's that good. And here we are, dropping into Carewood. Another nice little North Yorkshire village. And a one-way bridge. So we could go straight on here, guys, but we're going to take the scenic route. Going to take a right. Now we have Carewood Park on the left-hand side, caravanning and the camping park. Got a pub and a restaurant. You can see people sat outside enjoying a beer. And we've got a tractor. And here we are coming into Ryther Village. Ryther Village is the home of the famous Ryther Steakhouse. Now, quite a lot of people in the UK know the Ryther Steakhouse. It's a very, very popular place. It's coming up soon. just on this corner. You can just see it there over the top of that blue trailer. It's an old country pub, and I can say they do sell and provide some of the finest steaks in Yorkshire. So be sure, if you're out this way, to book in at the Ryther Arms and sample a steak. They do also do an early bird offer, I believe, on Sundays, and I think it's Wednesdays and Thursdays through the week, where you can get a 16-ounce steak, 16-ounce rump with chips, gravy, for about 22 quid. You can't beat that, can you? So give it a try anyway if you're out this way. Ryther Arms. I'll link them in the description anyway. Osendijk. This is another little village. Not much to it, but just nice. Another lad out, enjoy weather on a Saturday afternoon. Well, there we go, guys. We've hit the hour, and I have to report my ass don't feel too bad. Not too bad at all. So whatever has happened has happened. Unless I've had, unless my arse has become immune to it over the last few weeks. But I've not rid the bike for a week, and this is my first ride out for a week, so I don't know. But definitely, I have to say, definitely better. And like I said previously, I can tell I've been on bike. You're always going to get that little bit of numb feeling after an hour in the saddle. But if you can just move about a bit and dispatch that feeling, then all's good. And I have to say, definitely a big improvement. So I hope you enjoy footage around here, guys. It's I know it's a video concerning the seat and the comfort of the GS. I mean, generally, comfort-wise, I can't knock the bike at all. You know, the general comfort's great. It was just that that little niggling issue I had with the seat. So this is a little North Yorkshire village called Ullerskelf. I think fishermen will be quite, lake fishermen will be quite familiar with Ullerskelf. It's quite famous for, I think there's a nice carp fishing lake around here. I wouldn't know myself, I've never been because I don't really do fishing, but it's just common knowledge. So, yet again, nice little clean little village. Roadworks gone? Oh no, they haven't. You're a bit impatient, old boy, aren't you? Guess he don't like red lights. Or is he colourblind, maybe? Possibly colourblind. Anyway, here we go. I'll probably not put his reg plate on YouTube. We're heading now towards Tadcaster. Tadcaster's a famous town in North Yorkshire for brewing. Big brewery there, several big breweries. We've got John Smith's, Samuel Smith's, and also, I believe, Carlsberg. So quite a lot of different beers made there. It's quite famous for brewing beer. Coming into Towton village now. Anchor it down, set the old cruise control. And then we're going to hang a right here towards Garforth and Aberford. Oh, an electric pole cat. Amazes me, these people with electric cars. They all think they're doing the world a favour. It's just amazing. All they're doing is moving the carbon footprint somewhere else. It's a nice road, this, guys. It's a bit up and down, but nice road. Just got to be careful as you get to the bottom of this hill. Quite often, particularly in summer, you do get the plod hiding out in this. It's like a tree-lined lay-by down here. Point it out to you. Here we go. You see where the parking sign is there? You get the fun detectives parking in there with the speed cameras. So there's always a bloody fun detective, isn't there, guys? Always, no matter what you're doing. No, if you're happy, somebody else isn't. That's the clue, isn't it? That's the ethos. So if you believe you're happy doing something, somebody else won't be. They'll be upset that you're doing it and having fun. Again, nice roads, nice flowing roads. Condition of them is deteriorating. They have gone downhill over years. So we're going to take a left here, guys. This corner, always be very, very, very careful on here, because it always has shitloads of stones on it. I don't know why, but it's been like that while ever I've used it. So this area we're approaching now is known as the Duck Pond area. Very popular area for a local photographer. He's on Facebook, goes by the name of Sizzler 666, I believe it is. I'll put a link in the description for him. But he parks around here and takes very nice photographs of you going round corner on your bike, and posts them on Facebook. He puts a little watermark corner. You can make him a donation if you want. He'll probably, I think if you get in touch with him, he'll probably even send you the full-size image for a small fee. So yeah, look him up on Facebook. He's a local guy who does a bit of photography and he's well into motorbikes. So, and he parks all around this area. Some people from out the area confuse him with being like a plod or something, you know, being a copper. But no, he's not out to hurt anybody. He's just photographing people on motorbikes, doing what he enjoys doing. As that sign says, this road's liable to flooding in bad weather. Bottom of that bridge, it does get a bit damp at times. So, and that village you can see in front of you there, that is Sherburn in Elmet. That is where the original milk bar was. The original Squire's Cafe. It was situated in the centre of the village. I'll try and get some pictures of the old Sherburn Cafe and put them up for you to have a look at. It's now The old building's there behind the flats that have been built, but it has had flats built on the car park, so it's very difficult to recognise now. So we're going to take a right here towards Leeds. We're not far away now. All good to go. So I'm now into an hour and 20 minutes, guys, riding. And yeah, I've got to say, it's probably 70% better than it was. Well, if you can make a 70% improvement on something, it's got to be worth it. I mean, by this point, on the bike constantly, previously, my arse would have been on fire. I would have had to have stopped, I'd have had to got off and had a walk around. I've done an hour and 20 minutes and I feel very comfortable. I could quite easily keep going for another hour now. So, yeah, take my word for it or not, guys, you know, it's definitely made a difference. This is a tricky corner, you've got to watch it. It doubles back on you right fast, but nice if you know it and you can enjoy it. So we're about to go under a railway bridge down here, guys. If you look on your left hand side as we get under that railway bridge, you will in fact see Squire's Cafe Bar. That is the northern mecca for bikers. You can see there quite a few out today. Yeah, this is Squire's Cafe Bar. Take you for a tour around the car park. And then we'll park up and get a tasty beverage, seeing as it's warm.
A few moments later.
So guys, that was Sherburn. Just had a nice tasty beverage. It's a hot day, people munching ice creams. What's this van gonna do here? Stay there. So, let me know what you guys think to the modifications in the comments. If you decide to do it to your bike, please let me know how you get on. I'd be interested to know.
And thanks again for joining me on this journey, guys. If you've enjoyed the video and it's been helpful, please consider giving that like button a smash and consider subscribing. It's free to do so, it doesn't cost you nothing, but it really helps the channel. And if you carry this modification out on your 1300GS, I'd really like some feedback how you got on. It worked for me. I hope it works for you. Bye for now.